What's up guys, and welcome to another video. In this video I will be comparing the W King right here to the U-Boom X. Now first of all, this is a bit of an unfair comparison of course. The W King weighs a lot more. It weighs 7.1 kilos and the U-Boom Earfun weighs 4.1 kilos. So that's quite a significant weight difference right there. But not only weight, also price difference. I know the U-Boom X can be found for quite low price. I haven't maybe seen all the prices, but 130 euros where I'm at, but I got it for around 160 or so, which is also I think a fair price. While the W King also varies quite a bit, goes for around $200 to around $300. It depends what region you are from and whatnot, so it really varies quite a lot. But I'd say it's around $100 difference at least between these speakers, if not only a little bit bigger. For me, it would definitely be bigger. I bought it for around 130 bucks more, the W King, than the Earfun, which means that you could make the point that two earphones are about the W King, even though I think they're slightly more expensive than the one W King, but around that price point. So if you want a 2 versus 1 video, I will gladly make one if there's enough interest for that, or I feel engaged enough to make one of those videos. I was gonna make a lot more party box videos, but lately it has been a lot of wind, and yeah, I took these out to the nearby forests to just play a little bit of music. I will maybe try to find a less windy place. Mainly it is the leaves that you'll hear in the background. They make quite a lot of noise. There's not a lot I can do about that, unfortunately. I'll try to play at around 50% volume, a little bit lower volumes, and I'm trying a new concept in this video where I will use not only NCS tracks, but I will use also different tracks as well, like different genres of music, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully the wind will be not too much for me, and stay tuned. I'll also move a bit later on and use the nearby place here. I can show you here. Use this track right there to play a little bit louder and at different distances. But for now, I'm just gonna sit right across from them, play some music with my tablet right here, and yeah, enjoy the music. Okay, I'll begin trying to volume match the speakers here. We are beginning with the W King X20 playing with my custom EQ. You can find the EQ in my posts. We'll begin with a little bit of rock music. Where's this rock? Oh, this is not rock. I want rock. Downtown, is it? Oh, this is lo-fi. Let's see here. Here we have it. 50% for the W King. A little bit above half volume. U-Boom X, outdoor plus EQ. 70% volume. W King X20. Earfun. Let's switch songs here at ease. A little bit of lo-fi. W King. Earfun. W King. U-boom. W King. U-boom. Okay, perfect. Let's switch song again to a little bit more electronic. Earfun still playing. W King playing. U-boom X. W King X20. U-boom X. W King. U-boom X. Let's turn this up a bit. Now it's a bit taller here, tripod, so we can see how they sound a bit above. So I'm gonna change song again here. Let's hear this one. Also electronic. W King playing now. U-boom X. W King. U-boom. W-king. U-boom X. W-king. U-boom X. Okay, now we'll switch setups a bit and I'll be right back. Okay, and now we'll continue at the same sound level, and then I'll start to increase the volumes a little bit so we can yeah, see how they compare. I just saw a tree fall in the background, which is a bit scary, but whatever. We'll make this work, hopefully. So let's begin. Earfun playing. W-king. U-boom. W-king. U-boom X. Increasing the volume. Maximum volume for the Earfun. W-king, maximum volume. U-boom. And that's it for that song. Let's change tracks again here. A little bit of jazz. Lowering the Earfun by one step. W-king here. Lowering as well, a couple notches. Earfun. Earfun. W King. Earfun. W King. Earfun. W King. Let's go back even further. W King still playing. Earfun. W King. Let's go a little bit of electronic music again. Here we have an NCS song. And then maximum volume for both. Earfun. W King. Earfun. W King. Earfun. W King. Fast forwarding in the song. Earfun. W King. Earfun. W King. Earfun. W King. Okay, and that is it for this comparison. Now I'll step a bit closer and do a summary or my final thoughts of this. Okay, and now I have a couple of points to come across. Let's begin with the specs. We are dealing with 200 watts peak here and 160 for the Earfun, if I remember correctly. These wattage numbers are not really that relevant. They are mainly about what the amplifier can hold or can put out, which of course is important, but we're not dealing with that high wattages when it comes to these kinds of speakers. So yeah, it's a bit, I think for me at least, the numbers are quite confusing. Yeah, also we're dealing with two, of course, different weight classes. As I said earlier, we are dealing with about 3 kilos difference, which if you add another unit, it would be slightly heavier for the Earfun, but not a lot. You also get a strap with both. Both are waterproof and floats in water, which is really nice. They have different sizes of battery. The W King here has a 110 watt-hour battery, and Earfun has a 45 watt-hour battery, so it's more than twice as big battery for the W King. You also both get a handle on the top of each unit. Both the W King can be paired to another stereo unit, so can the Earfun, but the Earfun can also be paired up to a lot more Earfuns if you want, and then they play party mode instead of true stereo. Yeah, they also have different speaker setups. The Earfun here has 2 passive radiators at each side, 2 main woofers, and 2 tweeters as well. Whilst the W King also has 2 passive radiators at each side, 2 mid-range drivers, they're supposed to be, and 1 sub woofer, or whatever you want to call it, 1 big driver in the center of the speakers, and then 2 tweeters as well. So now that the technical specs are out of the way, let's talk about sound quality. I definitely think when we're talking outdoors at louder volumes, I will take the W King if it's a matter of 1 versus 1 here. The W King is just a more powerful unit, and when it comes to being outdoors, power is something that you usually want over not having enough power, or like having a better sound signature, because if you have a more power, you can produce a more dynamic sound, you can have more bass, you can hear more bass and whatnot, and the sound can cover a wider area and sound nicer than if it's less powerful. Yeah, when we're talking about them standing here on the bench at lower volumes, or pretty high volumes as well, decently high volumes, above 50% volume, 60% around that mark, I think the Earfun sounds really nice when you are in front of it. I was playing with the Outdoor Plus EQ, and it sounded very nice indeed. It was very pleasant to my ears. The W King also, with my custom EQ, sounds really nice at these volumes. However, sometimes I think instruments can get they can have too much trouble. You could perhaps fine-tune that in the EQ. I don't really know, and I really don't have the time to figure that out. But I think that the EQ that you get with the W King, you can really squeeze out that extra performance. Whilst Earfun, you don't have to tune it. I think that the EQs that it gets included is really nice. However, you can feel that the W King is more powerful even at the lower volumes. I know that if you have a different EQ for the Earfun, the Boom X EQ or the Boom Triple X EQ, you can have more bass than the W King at lower volumes. However, when you're going up past 50% volume, you can feel that the W King is going past it in terms of bass. However, I think the Earfun was holding on to quite a bit of deep bass outdoors, which sounds pretty nice, but it's not powerful enough to really make that impact like the W King does with its bass. The W King, you could feel it more through vibrating throughout the entire wooded area here as well. which is another bonus. Yeah, Earfun sounds better, I think, but the W King is the more powerful unit here. Also, another aspect where the Earfun struggles quite a bit in, and I don't think you can EQ, I don't think you can solve it via EQ, is that it sounds a bit boxy, I will say. The W King, especially when I had the stand, when I made the stand a little bit taller for the tripod, you could and listen to the sound from above, you could feel that the W King got more, stayed as powerful, but the Earfun lost a lot of treble as well. And this, keep in mind, this is with the outdoor EQ that is made for these kind of situations. So I don't know if you could solve it by EQ, but no matter how I tune it or whatever EQ I use, I think it still sounds a bit more boxy in terms. Very lovely on axis, as I showed you, but when you step out a bit, it loses treble for sure. When we're talking ground placement, I thought the Earfun sounded really good, and the W King as well. I think the Earfun even kept more lower bass when I turned up the volumes and they were placed on the ground. The W King had more bass in general, but more lower bass for the Earfun. Maybe that is my ears deceiving me, but it sounded like that for me, at least when I got those nice bass pumps in the electronic genres. When we were pushing them, you could feel it as well, the W King, and that is the common theme throughout this video, is the more powerful units, and is surpassing the Earfun quite easily. It's somehow, and that's the interesting thing with the W King, even though it slightly distorts, it still feels, doesn't feel that compressed even at maximum volume, which I think is very impressive, honestly. While the Earfun was distorting quite a bit at maximum volume, which was why I turned it down a little bit. It was still distorting, but I think that's a compromise you have to take with these portable units. I really like what Oliver done with EQ, right? That is really push the speaker to its limits, whilst the W King honestly feels that if you could push it even further, you could probably get even louder sound, but to the detriment of the sound quality as well. So yeah. So there is really no surprise here. The bigger unit, the more pricey unit, wins against the cheaper unit, but the Earfun kept up a really good battle. But maybe you guys are interested in seeing how a 2 versus 1 would compare, and see if the Earfun can make a revenge story. Also, I'll probably make an indoor video, we'll see whenever that happens, because that result might vary quite a bit from this current exchange you have right here. That is all for this video. Thank you guys for listening to my ramble here, and yeah, stay tuned for more upcoming videos, and hopefully the wind will die down. Very windy currently where I live, which is yeah, it is what it is. You can't control nature. So take care guys, and see you in the next one.